Is it a few or few? A little or little? What are these words? How do we use them? And better yet, what do they even mean? Welcome to English on the Mark. My name is Marek Pena, and today we will cover a few and few, a little and little. In the context of this lesson, a few and few, a little and little are determiners, and more specifically, they are quantifiers. And right about now, you're probably like, what is he talking about? Well, don't be scared or confused. I will very quickly unpack these terms. Keep in mind that you might encounter these terms in your English class. So, what is a determiner? A determiner is a word that introduces a noun, and it always comes before a noun. There are different types of determiners, but today we're focusing on quantifiers. To put it simply, quantifiers are words that talk about the number or amount of something. So when you think about quantifiers, think about the questions how much or how many. So, with all these technicalities behind us, let's focus on the meaning and on how to use these words in everyday speech. To understand these words, the only thing that you need to remember is that a few and a little have a more positive meaning. Few and little, on the other hand, convey a negative idea. Let's look at some examples here. We will look at a few and a little first. Number 1. I love living in New York City. There are a few places here that I love going to every week. The phrase a few places tells us that there might not be a lot of places here, but there are enough places for me to have a good time. Number 2. Let's get something to eat. We have a little time before we need to board the plane. The phrase, a little time, indicates that we do not have a lot of time, but we have enough time to eat something. Number 3. Jason stayed a few days in Lisbon and visited the must-see places in the city. Here, a few days means that there were not a lot of days, but there were enough days for Jason to see what he wanted to see. Number 4. Emily has been saving a little money every day. She's planning on buying a new iPhone next year. Here, a little money tells us that Emily is not saving a lot of money every day, but she's saving enough money to be able to buy a new iPhone next year. Now, let's look at few and little and see how these two words convey a negative meaning. Number 1. Few politicians are really honest. Few politicians tells us that there are not enough honest politicians. There are not as many honest politicians as we would want or expect. Number 2. He has little interest in politics. The phrase little interest indicates that this person has almost no interest in politics. Number 3. Jacob doesn't like living in Berlin. He has few friends there. Here, few friends tells us that Jacob doesn't have many friends. Definitely not as many as he would like. Number 4. Katie is very busy with her college classes. She has little time for other things. Here, little time shows us that Katie does not have enough time for other things. She has less time than she would like. Now that you know the difference in meaning, there is one more thing that I want you to pay attention to. Please remember that a few and few are used with countable nouns, meaning the things that we can count. For example, a book, a car, a photo. We can say 4 books, 2 cars, 6 photos. A little and little, on the other hand, are used with uncountable nouns, meaning the things that we cannot count. For example, homework, rice, information. We cannot say 4 homeworks, 5 rices, or 6 informations. Let's recap what we have learned so far. A few, a little, and little are determiners, and more specifically, they're quantifiers. A few and a little have a positive meaning. Few and little have a negative meaning. A few and few are used with countable nouns, and a little and little are used with uncountable nouns. So to finish off this lesson, let's look at 2 examples that illustrate the difference in meaning between a few and a little and little. Example number 1. My ideas are difficult and few people understand them. Versus, my ideas are difficult, but a few people understand them. The first sentence tells you that there are not enough people who understand my ideas. There are not as many people as I would want or expect to understand my ideas. The second sentence tells you that there might not be a lot of people who understand my ideas, but there are definitely more people than I expected. Example number 2. Alejandro speaks little English. Versus, Alejandro speaks a little English. The first sentence tells you that Alejandro doesn't speak much English, and it is difficult to communicate with him. The second sentence tells you that Alejandro speaks some English. He speaks enough English so that I am able to communicate with him. I know we have little time left, but before we go, look at this sentence. Oliver has little patience and few friends. What exactly does this sentence mean? Please let me know in the comments down below. That's all there is for today. Thank you, and as always, I hope you have learned something today.